Hello, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is our spoiler-free review of The Shape of Water.
Yep.
Now, we just saw it, and I know it's a okay. Nationally, it's only like a week late, but it's been out for like a month.
Yeah.
Like in small market, like in like New York and LA and stuff like that.
Yeah, and over Christmas or the holidays, we couldn't.
We're getting caught up on a lot of the stuff that we missed over the holidays.
Yeah,
so.
it was in little tiny theaters, and they were full.
Yeah,
so.
or on the other side of town. So
Yeah.
we're finally getting around to this. This will be our spoiler-free review. We're not going to spoil anything in this review, so feel free to watch the whole thing. So you've been warned that we're going to be good. So what are your overall thoughts of the movie itself?
I loved it. I've had 24 hours to think about it, and I still love it.
Yeah.
I was singing the song all morning.
Oh, yeah. If we were to redo our top 10, like our top 10 of the movies that we're going to get caught up on here from
It'd be a fight between this and Dunkirk for
yeah,
me.
it would be really close. I knew it was good. Okay, so you've heard all the stuff and everything that's going on about it, and the awards are now starting. The award season is now kicking into full gear, and it's getting recognized for stuff. Guillermo won for Best Director,
The Golden Globes.
at the Golden Globes. Now, whether you agree with the Golden Globes or not, it's still a bigger award, and so it's a really good award. But it was more than I expected, I think is the best way to put it. I really liked it. It was more than I expected.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific in the movie itself that really made you appreciate it?
Everything.
Okay.
So, I mean, the biggest thing that I kind of took away or started noticing like right off the bat was the colors. And we talked about this when we left, and you noticed that everything, at least in the beginning, everything is shades of blue and green. Her and Octavia Spencer are housekeepers in this science facility,
Right.
and their little uniforms have like teal. What's his face? Michael Shannon, who kind of plays the bad guy. He buys a teal Cadillac.
Not green.
Not green.
Teal.
It's teal.
Yeah.
So there's all of the colors of water. Everything is, and then there's just water everywhere, right? You know, she's waiting for the rains to come, and
she runs a bath every morning. And that there's always this like obvious thing about water or being everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the colors kind of changed once they were together. Once she broke him out, she had been coveting this pair of red shoes, and she finally bought those and wore them to work. They were heels, and she's running around doing housekeeping in these red shoes and her red like hair bandana thing, and so the use of colors and all of that was just really cool.
Yeah. The next door neighbor is played by Richard Jenkins as Giles, and they're like friends or whatever. She made him breakfast. She works the overnight shift, so she makes him dinner, which is her breakfast and stuff, and she spends a lot of time with him and stuff. But in his apartment, there's always black and white movies on.
Yeah.
And then they both live above an old movie theater. It would be old for us, but it's a modern movie theater for the time period in which they're in the movie. And so there's always these winks and nod to old style of film.
Well, and in his apartment, at least, they always watch musicals.
Yes.
And so they do little tap dance routines together while they're sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of it's almost like Guillermo doing a kind of wink and nod to the old style of movies.
Yeah, like Singing in the Rain.
While doing that kind of style inside this movie. the feel of this movie is very much of a 50s kind of romance story. There just happens to be a big ass freaking water monster in it.
Yeah.
And which is played by Doug Jones. Now, if you don't know who Doug Jones is, get on that shit, guys. He plays Abe Sapien in Hellboy, and he's on the new Star Trek Discovery. He was Pan in Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, he is the practical effects actor that is like Andy Serkis level, right? He just does everything practical.
Yeah, he wears the suit instead of the balls.
Yeah, and but like even the use of a monster as the love interest, that's not really a spoiler, it's been all in the trailers. It's just it's as much as I love the old style of kind of filming and everything's a little grainy and a little, dirty and like dark and stuff like that. It's a monster movie.
Yeah, it's a bunch of things, right? It's kind of like it's almost got the old Dick Tracy kind of private detective feel.
Yeah.
It's got the musical feel. It's a monster movie. It's a love story. And you think, oh my gosh, that's way too much, but it works.
It makes complete sense.
There's a song and dance scene. There's a full on Singing in the Rain. What the heck is his name? Not Gene Kelly. Is it Gene Kelly? No, the dancer.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They talk about Gene Kelly in the movie. So.
Anyway, it's like a full-on, she's in a ball gown and black and white and singing and balloons falling from the ceiling.
And you're like just, yeah, okay, yeah, no, it works. Yeah,
it totally works.
It totally works. Is there anything that you really were opposed to within the movie itself?
I thought about this all day. No.
I have one thing, and it's not really a spoiler, but the way Michael Shannon handles his hand.
That's just because it grossed you out.
It did gross me out. That's why I complained about it.
There's a couple times where you're like, oh, yeah, this is a horror movie or a monster movie, because you kind of get swept up in the love story or the caper. They got to go get him out. And then something happens and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a horror movie. The only other thing that I really wanted to talk about with this review was I liked how they didn't shy away from stuff.
Yeah.
They make a point of it's a regular, everyday kind of environment, so they don't shy away from. It's kind of set in like the late 50s, early 60s. The cars are the 60s, but the equipment's like from the 40s, and the movies are from like the 30s. And so we were trying to figure out exactly what the time period is. So late 50s, early 60s, that kind of thing. And they don't really say where it is, right?
Yeah, big city.
Yeah, something
somewhere.
Like that. But they don't shy away from the racism or the homophobia or somebody's just trying to get laid, and there's a scene early on where there's nudity, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect that, but it makes sense because they're not shying away from any of that stuff.
Right.
And there's not an overuse of nudity, and there's not an overuse of cussing or anything like that.
Right.
It's all stuff that makes sense, and I appreciate movies that are trying to be realistic and not shying away from that.
Right, but not overusing it to the...
Right. 3 Billboards did the same exact thing. One of the things I did really like about 3 Billboards was the same thing. This is how people are.
Yeah.
Don't sugarcoat it, but also don't overuse it. And I just thought that was really well done.
Yep.
So, what is your score?
Okay, so we're doing
1 to 5.
1 to 5. I'm going to give it a 4.75. I don't know that there is a perfect movie out there. It's pretty damn close.
Yeah. I'm 4.5. So yeah,
right.
I'm right in that wheelhouse. It's going to be talked about for the Oscars. I really hope that it gets a Best Picture nomination. If it doesn't, the Oscars are fucked up.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the other stuff that we talked about, Sally Hawkins' performance as Elsa should get nominated, but it's kind of it's gonna be one of those. There's a lot right there, and Meryl Streep's out, so she put out a movie with Steven Spielberg, so she's gonna be nominated,
right?
Even though sometimes she shouldn't be. She's Meryl Streep. She gets nominated, and then Guillermo del Toro wrote the screenplay and directed it. Yeah. So it'd be nice if he got nominated for both of those, but I think he'll get one or the other, not both.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard if they're doing the 10.
They're doing the 10 Best Pictures. So
only Best Picture.
Only Best Picture,
okay.
Yes. Okay. So, but then if you start putting your list together, you've got Shape of Water, Dunkirk, Lady Bird, Call Me by Your Name, Florida Project. You start putting it together real quick, and so
I don't know. Sally Hawkins. I mean, she's mute through the whole movie.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, and they do a good job of not making you feel for her that she is mute.
Right.
Like she's just that's just how she is.
Right.
And that they also do the subtitles for part of the movie, but not all of it.
Yeah.
And that was, again, I'm not reading for a movie.
But yeah, it was, he did several different things, right? So there was the one part where she got mad and made him repeat what she was saying. And then there were times too where Octavia's character was repeating what she was signing. And then sometimes she was just emoting enough that you didn't really need to know what she was saying to understand what she was saying.
Yeah, it's probably...
Although I know enough sign language to know that she was telling him "fuck you."
Yeah. All right, that's a spoiler. All right, so what did you guys think of The Shape of Water? Let us know. Leave us a comment about what you felt about this movie and maybe how you feel about this review. Also, like the video while you're here, and please subscribe to the channel while you're here also. You can also like us on Facebook at the Pop Culture Cult. We're PopCultureCult1 on Instagram, and we're at Pop_Cult1 on Twitter. We're also in the Stardust app. We did a Stardust last night right after the movie. Download it for free. You can react to everything, little 30-second videos. Follow us first, and then follow everybody else.
Yep.
And until the next movie, good night now.